Hi everyone, Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Obviously, yesterday, absolutely tragic event happened in America, and Charlie Kirk, who I can only describe as a very moderate conservative voice, was assassinated in front of a campus of students who he'd turned up at to talk to debate, to have open discourse. You could choose to engage him. You could choose not to. You could engage him and be prepared. You could just do it at the spur of the moment and whatever happens. But I've been watching Charlie for, I don't know, I'd say about a year or so, not massively long. And it was actually really fascinating to see these campus videos because, you'd get a lot of ignorant people that would come up that don't really know what they're talking about because they're just parroting talking points which they've heard. They don't understand the argument. They don't understand what it's truly about. They don't understand what's behind it. Or I have seen some good ones as well where he's actually had a really good back and forth with some people. The guy always came across as exceedingly respectful to the people, or at least mirrored the way that he himself was being spoken to. And although a lot of them ended up with egg on their face, he was doing what was the civil thing to do: engage people in discourse. Words, I know the crazies won't believe this, but words are not violence. Debate and discourse isn't evil, and it actually allows people who may have different opinions than one another see things from a different perspective. And he was shot and killed. And it's deplorable and it's despicable. And my prayers go out to his family. And what was probably the most sickening part was you just knew immediately there and then when this happened. You just knew that there was going to be a barrage of what I can only describe as soulless, heartless, evil, disgusting filth. Celebrating, posting, making sure that they got their narcissistical dopamine hit on social media, reveling and cheering the death of this married man with 2 young children that wasn't violent, that wanted to engage you with words, wanted to engage you in conversation, people with a different opinion than him. He was murdered, assassinated, because when they couldn't shut him down by calling him white supremacist or bigot or homophobe or transphobe or whatever, when none of that worked and he continued to speak, they ended his life. How anybody, regardless of which side of the political equation you fall upon, and your politics or your own business, I don't care. Nobody should care about that whatsoever. Politics is a very nuanced thing. I hate it personally. I can't stand the fucking thing. But it's a nuanced thing, so it's not a black and white thing. I'm a red, I'm a blue. No, it involves a lot more than that. There can be a lot of different reasons which make you vote or support the way that you vote. But nobody on whichever side of the political equation you fall upon should in any capacity just from a moral, from a human standpoint, from an empathetic standpoint, celebrate this or revel in this or enjoy this. And so when the people who do that show you exactly who they are, you believe them. Something I've said for a number of years now. Now, I'm not going to go into the political aspect of it. I'm not versed in. I'm British. I'm not American. You know, there are a lot of political commentators that'll do that side. This is a pop culture channel. So I'm going to deal with things from that perspective. And so I'm just going to discuss some people who are in the gaming industry and also in the comic book industry, because I'm sure this won't surprise any of you to discover that they have decided to show you who they truly, truly are. Not that I don't think any of us by now are in any way, shape, or form surprised. So let's start off with DC Comics, that hotbed of sanity. Ugh, yes, I am being ironic. This came from a post by Gabe Hernandez. This is the writer of Red Hood 1 by DC, which is released today. It's long past time to flush the trash creators out of comics. Enough is enough. So again, this will come as no surprise that term might permeate throughout this video. That this, of course, is being celebrated mostly on Blue Sky, a social media platform that caters to two types of people, the mentally ill and pedophiles. So I don't know which one this is, but I do know that they're a man in a dress. Gretchen Felker Martin, thoughts and prayers, you Nazi bitch, comes in response to someone shot Charlie Kirk at a university event. As we know, he later passed on. But that's not all, because below here, they reply to themselves by saying, hope the bullet's okay after touching Charlie Kirk. This is the writer of Red Hood. Red Hood number 1. There they are on the front. Gretchen Felker Martin. What a name. So DC, of course, DC have a track record of no tolerance about this sort of thing. No, they haven't. They don't give a shit. They don't care. They hire loonies by the fucking dozen, and they drive out the good creative people, and that's why comics are in the absolute shitter. So are we expecting DC to actually do anything about this? Likely not. In actual fact, it would be a shock if they decided to do something. But like all good cowards do, they just stick their heads up their asses, hope that it dies down, and then when it does die down a little bit, stick the head back out again and go, oh, phew, can we carry on? By the way, keep writing, you crazy fucking weirdo. This absolute loony should be fired immediately, and DC should be putting out a statement saying, we're sorry for this. This has absolutely no place in our company whatsoever. We do not tolerate this, and there will be no tolerance for anyone who speaks like this on social media. But they won't. Let's jump now into the gaming sphere, because as we all know, Western game developers are very broad-minded. I'm only kidding. It's a fucking leftist weirdo freak echo chamber. So Mark Kern, Grums, posts this. Sucker Punch, senior developer, celebrates Charlie Kirk's death. Ghost of Yotai is dead to me now. And they at Sucker Punch, the developer, in. Now, Ghost of Yotai, as you can see from the picture on the right, is actually due for release on the 2nd of October. That's just over 3 weeks away. And one of their senior developers wants to start posting this shit. Okay, well, here we go. So they post, oh my goodness me, what a surprise. It's on Blue Sky, fucking mental land. I hope the shooter's name is Mario so that Luigi knows his bro got his back. Wow, aren't they hilarious? And then they repost somebody saying he died doing what he loved, being a transphobic, racist bigot. Why? Because he didn't share the same beliefs as you, because he challenged you? I guess that's fully acceptable. Now, I actually decided to insert myself into this one as well, being a gamer and all, and I added in Sucker Punch. And I thoroughly advise anybody who wants to reply to myself or to Grums, Mark Kern, to also at in Sucker Punch, because I want to make sure they get an absolute barrage from potential customers or people who have pre-ordered. I know that some people are cancelling their pre-orders right now, which not necessarily going to be a good thing, really, is it? But I want to make sure that Sucker Punch know exactly what people's feelings are as regards to scum like this, fucking soulless filth like this. So I said, hey, Sucker Punch, you proud of this? You going to do anything about it? Nah. Of course you won't. Because we know how Western gaming companies act. People like that are protected. And it's insane that they are. That's why we have all these fucking genders left, right, and center and all this fucking weird shit and pronoun crap. It's to try and afford yourself some sort of shield and sword of protection. Oh, I'm a minority. You can't come at me. I'm a minority. Fucking coward is what people are. Coward. Good luck with the sales of your game now, I continue. I didn't think you'd be fucking stupid enough to throw away all your goodwill from Ghost of Tsushima, but I guess the joke's on me. Because I remember when Ghost of Yotai was announced, and it had the female protagonist that was going to be body doubled and voice acted by, you're never going to believe, I know, I'm going to say this, but an activist. And there was a lot of people that said that this game's going to flop. And there's a lot of people that said, why are you going down this route, Sucker Punch? And fool, Muggins here, as my grandma would say, Muggins here. I put out a tweet going to the defense of Sucker Punch saying, I think Ghost of Yotai is going to be a good game because I cannot personally see how a company that has garnered such goodwill and such love from the community for Ghost of Tsushima that even received awards from Japan itself for the depiction of their culture, Tsushima itself, why they would throw that all away to try and get some sort of woke, whatever that fucking term means for you, clout. But as I say in there, I guess the joke's on me because somebody that responds like that doesn't deserve a position at that company. And again, if Sucker Punch do not fire this person with immediate effect, make your voice heard. Your potential customers, make your voice heard. I won't even be touching the game now. I won't be touching it. I was going to get it and I was going to play it, but now I'm not. I'm not going to touch it one bit. But surprise, surprise, they doubled down. Mark Kern, Grums, once again catching this. Drew from Sucker Punch says, I have been told that the Twitter has noticed me from across the room. Ooh, woo. Showing absolutely no remorse, no regret whatsoever for what they've said. Acting pathetically. So once again, if you are a potential customer for Sucker Punch, a potential customer for Ghost of Yotai, make your voice heard to that company. At them in to your post. Make sure that they're fully aware that you don't suffer this absolutely disgusting behavior and to drive the filth and the scum out of the Western gaming industry, which admittedly would probably mean that about 90% of them would go, but you got to start fucking somewhere. Now, what is even more interesting is that people have been liking this post over on Blue Sky, and that, of course, involves a number of people in the Western gaming industry. What a surprise. So Legacy Killer HD here has actually put together a nice little list. So we have, Kelly Snyder. What are they? A senior producer at Sucker Punch. She, they. Fucking weirdo. Hey, Sucker Punch, you can have a 2-for-1 sale on firings. Fire one, fire another for free. You can get rid of a couple of pieces of shit from your company in one foul swoop. Then over here, we've got special effects associate producer at Bungie, another absolutely lost company now. So, yeah, I'm sure Bungie are going to do something about this. Nah, of course they won't. And then at the bottom, you can see Zib, they, them. My goodness, this place is a picture of sanity. And they are the producer from Magic the Gathering Arena. But again, Magic the Gathering, that's Wizards of the Coast, so there'll be absolutely no repercussions whatsoever. They'll probably get themselves a gold star or fucked up the arse by a furry as a reward, something of that nature. And if you could just indulge me a little bit of politics before I end this video, I just want to give you a tweet by Keir Starmer, who happens to be the Prime Minister of the UK. The UK that is going through absolute insane 1984 Orwellian fucking times right now. My thoughts this evening are with the loved ones of Charlie Kirk. It is heartbreaking that a young family has been robbed of a father and a husband. We must all be free to debate openly and freely without fear. There can be no justification for political violence. To which I respond, you're jailing people for online posts, you hypocrite. We have over 1,000 people in prison in the UK right now because of online posts. If Charlie Kirk had come over to the UK and done this, Keir Starmer would have fucking jailed him. Just as I was rendering this video, some good news actually dropped. DC has cancelled the Red Hood comic book series going forward. The first issue is going to ship, but the retailers have been informed that all future issues have been cancelled. Be vocal when these absolute degenerate freaks say their disgusting filth, spout this hatred. Make yourself heard to these companies and don't back down. A good man is dead, murdered, assassinated. A family man, a young man, 31 years of age, married 2 young children, because absolute insane people can't handle that other people might just have a different opinion to them. And when they can't shut you up, this is what they resort to. The most cowardly of cowardly people to ever exist. I'll see you in the next video. You take care. Bye for now.